Today we're diving into something pretty fascinating, a method that's designed to upgrade the most powerful tool you have, your mind. It's called Fractal Gridding, and its goal is, well, to be nothing less than a full-blown operating system for your thoughts.
But let's start with a feeling I think we all know. In a world with just endless information, constant pings and notifications, and seriously complex problems coming at us from every direction, how do we actually find the space to think clearly, to make good decisions, to create something meaningful? You know, all that overload has led to what some are calling a cognitive emergency. It's this crisis of sense-making. We have all the data in the world at our fingertips, but our actual ability to turn that data into wisdom, well, that's becoming incredibly rare.
And that brings us to our first big idea, which really frames this whole problem as a crisis of clarity.
Now look, we have tools for thinking, right? We've got mind maps, systems thinking, even some pretty powerful note-taking apps. But the argument here is that these older ways of thinking just weren't built for the kind of world we live in now. They kind of struggle with the insane speed, the massive scale, and the complexity of the AI age.
So, if our old tools are hitting their limits, what's next? This is where fractal gridding comes in. And it all starts with a simple but honestly brilliant analogy, a spreadsheet for your thoughts.
Just think about it for a second. What did a spreadsheet do for numbers? It was a total game changer. It brought this incredible order to financial chaos. Well, the fractal grid aims to do the exact same thing, but for the messy world of ideas. It's built to organize your concepts, your strategies, and even really complex moral questions with that same level of structure and clarity.
But it's way more than just a static grid. The system's real superpower is something called a zoomable ontology. Now, what does that mean? It means you can see the entire 30,000-foot strategic vision, the big picture, and then seamlessly zoom right down into the tiniest, most granular detail in a single cell, and then zoom back out, all without ever losing the context of where you are. It's pretty amazing.
And the effect of this isn't just about being organized. It's about how it feels. Users describe the experience as a liberation from cognitive clutter. It takes that anxiety of being overwhelmed with information and turns it into this focused, creative flow state.
Okay, but this system isn't just for you thinking alone. The next big idea is that it's actually a new kind of communication, a language for the AI age.
It's designed to be a visual lingua franca, basically a common visual language for a world where we're working with artificial intelligence more and more. It creates this shared space where our creative, intuitive human minds can meet the logical, data-crunching power of machines.
And this works on three critical levels. First, between humans and other humans, it's a shared canvas that gets the whole team on the exact same page. Second, between humans and AI, it gives us a structured way to guide the AI and actually make sense of what it's telling us. And third, and this is the really futuristic part, it can act as an explainability layer for different AIs to check each other's work in a way that we can actually understand.
So, this leads to a really clear philosophy. AI is not here to replace human thought. No way. Instead, it's a tool to augment it. It can be a fractal assistant, helping with research, or a pattern amplifier that helps us spot connections we might have missed on our own.
And by giving AI this structured environment to operate in, the result is that AI feels contained, explainable, and ethical inside the grid. It stays a tool that's serving human goals, not the other way around.
Now, this idea of ethics isn't just a side note. It is absolutely a core function of the whole system. It's designed to be used as a moral compass. The goal is to completely flip our approach to ethics. So instead of reacting to a crisis after it happens, the system is designed to help us practice moral foresight, the skill of proactively mapping out the consequences before a decision is even made. And the tool for this is called the Ethical Decision-Making Grid, or EDM grid. So how does that actually work? Well, the grid structure helps teams systematically find flawed logic or hidden biases in an algorithm. It lets them visually map out those ripple effects, the unintended second and third order consequences of a choice. And maybe most importantly, it creates a repeatable ethical scaffolding, which turns a fuzzy conversation about doing the right thing into a rigorous, manageable practice. And this all leads to the ultimate ambition, to provide a tool that's so effective that its users are invited into rooms before decisions are automated. It's all about making sure human wisdom is guiding technology right from the very start.
Okay, so let's pull all this together. We've got a tool for clarity, a language for AI collaboration, and a compass for ethics. So what's the grand vision that ties all of these pieces together?
This right here, this is the project's big, hairy, audacious goal, or BHAG, as they say. The aim isn't just to launch another app. It's to spark a global shift in how we tackle our most complex problems.
And this is not just some abstract idea. What you're looking at here is the actual 2026 vision board for the project's founder, Dr. Rod King. And you can see it's a fractal map in itself, laying out the entire strategy to, as it says right there, change how the world thinks. It makes this huge ambition feel real and almost inevitable.
But in the end, the real measure of success isn't just about global adoption, it's about personal transformation. And people who use it often capture that feeling in this one simple phrase. I don't just take notes anymore, I think fractally. It's about a fundamental shift in how you relate to knowledge itself.
And that leaves us with one last question for you. If you had a tool that could offer you liberation from all that cognitive clutter, a clear structure for your biggest ideas, and a map for your most complex challenges, what could you solve with an operating system for your own thoughts?